Stephen, where's the balance then between being obviously delighted at what happened at the weekend and realising there's still a bit of work to do? How do you get that home to the players?
Oh, it's very much home to the players. Saturday was a relief more than delighted, I can assure you. We knew how important the game was, and it was a scrap and a battle. It wasn't the prettiest game in the world, I have to admit, but we showed great character. And all it was 3 points towards our ultimate goal of staying up. We know we need to follow that up on Tuesday night.
I guess it's one of those where there's a real comfort in the fact that it's completely in your own hands. You know what you have to do here on Tuesday night, and that's a kind of single aim that you and the rest of the players have. Yeah,
we just have to focus solely on us. We have to put the same level of commitment into the game that we done on Saturday, and add a little bit of quality to that as well, which I believe will be different on our home patch as well. We'll play more football and we'll get the ball down and play more, but it's paramount we take the game to them.
It won't be a case of looking for favours elsewhere.
No, not at all. It's solely in our hands. That's what we wanted to come out of Saturday's game with that that we had our destiny in our own hands, which I kept saying, and we do now. But we have to follow that up on Tuesday.
Tremendous support as well. It came through at the weekend. Everyone really, you see what it meant to everyone at the end of the game. Important to try and replicate that here on Tuesday.
Yeah, listen, they were fantastic. I said it after the game, and it does get thrown about there about the fans being a 12th man. They really were. Are fantastic. It wasn't a great game to watch, which we all admitted, but they were right behind the boys from the first whistle, and have been in every game I've been here. So if we get that same backing and same support, it doesn't have to mean a lot to the players. And I think the celebrations weren't celebrating the fact that we were third from bottom. I can assure you that's not something to celebrate. What it was is the relief around the place, for the fans, for the people that work here, for the players as well. So we need to make sure we finish that off on Tuesday.
Can you sum up how big that win was for you mentally, and what the kind of knock-on effect of that could have for the remaining 2 games?
Well, psychologically it was, I'd rather be where we are than where Hamilton are now going up to Ross County, I can assure you. But as I say, it's only massive, and it only counts if we make Tuesday night and Saturday count as well.
When you're obviously playing Kilmarnock, who are now safe, is that better than playing a team that are scrapping for their lives? Because obviously you know what that's like against Hamilton. The pressure is just massive, isn't it?
I'm not so sure, because the pressure's completely off Kilmarnock now, so they can relax and play. And you do make decisions under pressure that you wouldn't normally make as footballers. So look, I'm not going to worry too much about Kilmarnock. We're aware of their threats. We're aware that they've a great unbeaten away record away from home. They've only lost one in the last 8 games, and they get the best defensive record in the bottom 6. So we are well aware it'll be a tough game, and we need to really focus on ourselves and make sure we turn in another performance.
I mean, the game on Saturday, you admitted that it wasn't the prettiest to watch. One would imagine that's because just the pressure that's on the players and the thought of making any kind of mistake, could be crucial. How, as a manager, how do you kind of get your players not to think about that, because it must just be playing on their minds all the time?
It is difficult, it really is difficult, especially on that surface. The ball skips away from you, can't actually take a touch on the ball at times, and that's why they do well on that surface, because they dog about and they scrap, and that's what I said to the boys, we have to match that, and we did, and I thought we out-scrapped them and out-battled them, and that was a real pleasing aspect to it. But how to take the pressure off them, it's almost impossible. Like we have relaxed it, and the players know the importance of it, whatever way you dress it up, but they responded to that, and there's still pressure on Tuesday night, make no mistake, but I think it'll be in a little bit more of a relaxed atmosphere on a better surface where we actually can get the ball down and play as well.
A couple of weeks ago we spoke to Keith Lasley, and he was kind of waxing lyrical about, well, not waxing lyrical, but very intense in saying that he doesn't want to go through that playoffs again, and that was almost his kind of incentive for making sure that they don't want to revisit that. Has he been talking about that in the dressing room? Is that something that's going to filter through among the players who weren't involved in that? A lot of people were involved in it. We haven't got so many in the team anymore. Most of them are injured or are not available. But Laz has obviously been through that, and he knows the pressure. And everyone said about beating Rangers 6-0, it was a great day and a great experience. It was horrible, it was awful. The consequences of not doing that there were very, very hard to deal with when you see people every day on a daily basis. And and there was a tension around the place, but we have tried to address that. We're a club that's everyone's together. We eat together, we win together, we lose together, and it's a cliche, but it genuinely is. If you go into our canteen, people are, the chief exec sits in there as well, everybody's together. So to win for people like that is massive, and we don't want to be involved in something crucial as a relegation playoff fight, and as we said earlier, it's in our hands. I don't know if you saw the comments from Mark McGee in the run up to the game, basically saying that he thought he'd been let go too soon by Motherwell. Do those kind of comments help you when you're kind of in this stage? Can you use that at all, or were you a little bit kind of put out that he made those comments?
I haven't seen them. So I don't know what comments. I don't make the decisions at the top level of this football club, so I can't comment. I just solely concentrate on what Motherwell do. We've won games. That was our second clean sheet in a long time. So we're going in the right direction. We're going in the right direction. Our performances maybe haven't warranted the points that we've got on the board, and that was probably the worst performance in terms of on the ball that I've been here. And you get 3 points. So football's a strange game, but in terms of comments or other people's comments, then it doesn't affect me at all.
Even just going back to the game, you obviously had a league win against Inverness a few weeks ago, but stretching back 6 months, it's not been a great venue. It's ironic given how good the pitch is. Is that something you've had to talk to the players about, just to make sure that there's nothing in their heads about playing here at all?
I haven't been here for a vast period of that, so it wasn't really something I've brought up. We know, looking back and you look at the form, our home form has not been good enough. Simply, it hasn't been good enough. The reasons for that there, as I say, I wasn't here for them reasons. What I do know is things haven't gone for us. We've actually played well in the last 3 or 4 home games, and things haven't gone for you. But you have to make your own luck, and the harder you work, sometimes the luckier you get. And with that surface out there, I do say to the players sometimes, and if we're doing passing drills or possessions, make sure you do it justice, because it is a fantastic surface. But I don't think there's any fear of playing at home. Definitely not. I don't think there's any real problem with fans getting on players' backs or anything. They've been in the main, they've been very much behind the players considering the situation, and we ask for the same again.
In the last 2 home games you've had, the bulk of the play up until the lost the opening goal. Is it just a case of making sure that you do capitalise with it if you're on top early on?
It is important, and funny, I said on Saturday that was probably the worst we'd started in all the games I came in. They had 2 free kicks into the box, and I said we'll win now because we've started poorly. Because every game that we've been at home, we've started really well. With a corner after corner, and as you say, I haven't capitalised on that possession. Possession doesn't win you games, So again on Tuesday night, I'd take 0% possession, 1% possession, and that would be the one that we score the goal off. That would do me nicely. So look, we know what we're trying to do. We've got a system we play to, and to make sure that we play in certain areas of the pitch. We put a lot of crosses into the box, and we aim to continue to do that. And if our 2 strikers produce the same type of performances and work rate, then we know we can match anybody and we can win games.
How's the team usage you come through unscathed?
We got a couple of little knocks we're waiting on in the last minute. Stephen Hamill again, David Ferguson, who came on for a short period of time, and Elliot Freer limped off with a calf injury. So again, we're assessing all those this morning. We'll leave them until the last minute before we decide.
Are they coming back at all, Pearson?
Nobody. Nobody's coming back. No, unfortunately, no. There's no Richard Tate, Stephen McManus, Stephen Pearson, all out injured at the moment. So with groin injury, surprisingly.
Stephen McManus, he would be out of contract in the summer, is that?
No, Stephen's got another year.
Got another year.
Yeah.
Is there anyone who's out of contract who you just don't know what you can do yet until you know where you are? Are you kind of thinking about that?
Truthfully, at this moment in time, I've not spoken to any of the players about their contracts. They're out of contract because we need to make sure, guarantee our safety before we start doing that. But we know that there's a big rebuilding job on at the club as well. So first and foremost, we make sure we stay up.